Arthur Lewin, also known as the Supreme King, is one of the most pivotal and compelling characters in the beginning after the end. TBATE. Introduced initially as a legendary figure from a bygone era, Arthur's story unfolds through layers of history, mythology, and direct narrative engagement, making him both a mythic icon and a deeply human character. As a king, a warrior, and ultimately a tragic figure, Arthur's life and legacy permeate the series' world, influencing protagonists and antagonists alike. His character embodies themes of power, sacrifice, and the price of ambition, creating a complex figure whose presence is felt even when he is absent from the immediate storyline. Arthur Lewin's origins are steeped in legend and grandeur. Born into a turbulent era, Arthur was destined for greatness from a young age. While specifics of his childhood are shrouded in the mist of history, the environment he was raised in was harsh and unforgiving. The kingdom he inherited was marked by constant warfare and political instability, forcing Arthur to mature quickly and assume responsibilities beyond his years. His family background is marked by both privilege and burden. As the heir to the throne, Arthur was raised within a royal environment where power dynamics were intense and often ruthless. The expectations to uphold his family's legacy created an early sense of duty but also isolation, shaping a personality that balanced regal composure with underlying vulnerability. Key early challenges included facing invasions by powerful enemies and internal strife within his kingdom. These traumas hardened Arthur but also instilled in him a profound sense of justice and protection for his people. The sacrifices he made during his youth laid the foundation for his later rise to legendary status. Culturally, Arthur's world was one where strength and honor dictated survival. The harsh realities of war and political intrigue meant that Arthur's beliefs about leadership and power were pragmatic yet visionary, striving not just for conquest but for lasting peace to his core. Arthur Lewin is driven by an unyielding desire to protect his kingdom and ensure the prosperity of his people. His motivation is a complex mixture of justice, duty, and a yearning to leave behind a legacy of peace, rather than endless war. This desire defines his actions throughout his life and beyond, making him a figure who commands respect not only through power but also through conviction. Despite his heroic qualities, Arthur is far from a flawless character. His personality contains sharp contradictions. He is both a compassionate ruler and a ruthless warrior, a man of great vision and yet sometimes blinded by pride. These flaws humanize him, making his journey relatable even when his actions are extreme. Psychologically, Arthur wrestles with the immense pressure of leadership and the loneliness it brings. His emotional intelligence is high, understanding the nuances of diplomacy and war alike, but this also isolates him from others, leaving a trail of emotional scars. The weight of his responsibilities creates moments of vulnerability, revealing a man who sacrifices personal happiness for the greater good. Arthur's worldview is shaped by his early exposure to chaos and violence, but he constantly seeks to transcend these realities. His coping mechanisms include fierce determination and strategic patience, allowing him to navigate both battlefield and throne room with equal mastery. Arthur Lewin's abilities are nothing short of legendary. As a supreme warrior and mage, he possesses extraordinary combat skills and command over potent magic. His mastery of both physical and magical arts symbolizes the balance between might and wisdom, a hallmark of his kingship. His fighting style is symbolic of his inner character, precise, powerful, and controlled. The sword he wields is not just a weapon but a symbol of his authority and legacy, often associated with themes of justice and sacrifice. His magic, which encompasses elements of both destruction and protection, reflects his dual nature, capable of devastating enemies yet devoted to safeguarding his people. The symbolism of Arthur's abilities extends beyond mere power. They represent the burden of leadership and the sacrifices inherent in wielding such power. The legendary aura around his skills serves as a reminder that true strength is tempered by responsibility. Though often seen as a solitary figure, Arthur's relationships reveal much about his character's depth. Key relationships include those with his closest allies, mentors, and even adversaries, each challenging and shaping him in different ways. His bond with his mentors and predecessors provides insight into his growth as a ruler and warrior, highlighting the passing of wisdom and the weight of legacy. Meanwhile, his rivalries bring out both his competitive spirit and moments of introspection, showing how external conflicts mirror his internal struggles. Perhaps most poignant are the relationships that humanize Arthur, his connections with loved ones and trusted companions who see beyond his kingly facade. These bonds expose vulnerabilities and desires often hidden beneath his regal exterior. Arthur Lewin serves multiple narrative functions in TBATE. Primarily, he is a mythic figure whose past actions and legacy influence the current generation's struggles. especially the protagonist, King Grey. Arthur's story is a cautionary tale and a source of inspiration, framing many of the series' key themes. He acts as a hero and tragic figure, representing the ideal of leadership while also warning of its costs. His presence drives plot developments, especially through the revelation of his past deeds and the power vacuum his absence creates. Arthur's character arc, though largely told retrospectively, is one of rise, fall, and eventual transcendence. His failures and sacrifices offer lessons to others, emphasizing themes of redemption and the cyclical nature of history. Arthur's journey is marked by intense internal and external conflicts. Internally, he battles with the moral ambiguities of rulership, the line between justice and tyranny, compassion and cruelty. Externally, he faces formidable enemies, betrayals, and the relentless demands of war. These conflicts test his resolve, pushing him toward moments of both triumph and despair. The transformation he undergoes is profound. From a young king eager to prove himself to a wise but burdened ruler confronting the limits of his power, Arthur's resolution is bittersweet, embodying both peace achieved through sacrifice and the tragic cost of ambition. His legacy is one of enduring influence, his story a symbol of both hope and warning. Untold's larger thematic framework, Arthur Lewin symbolizes the complexities of power and leadership. He represents the tension between idealism and pragmatism, the cost of peace, and the eternal struggle between light and darkness. Arthur is a metaphor for the burden of destiny, how one's greatness can be both a gift and a curse. His narrative questions the nature of justice and the sacrifices required to achieve it, serving as a thematic anchor for the series' exploration of morality, legacy, and humanity. Arthur's portrayal in TBATE is rich with emotionally charged descriptions that highlight his pain, passion, and resolve. His story is told with a balance of grand mythic storytelling and intimate psychological insight, making his character both larger than life and deeply relatable. Contrasting traits, such as his kindness versus his ruthlessness, make him unpredictable and compelling. His iconic phrases and moments of quiet reflection offer glimpses into his mindset, drawing readers into his internal world. Arthur Lewin stands as one of TBATE's most unforgettable characters, a king whose life story weaves together themes of power, sacrifice, and legacy. His origins in a turbulent world shaped a man of immense strength and complexity, driven by a core desire to protect and elevate his kingdom. Through his legendary abilities, deep relationships, and profound internal conflicts, Arthur's character embodies the timeless struggles of leadership and humanity. His story's enduring resonance lies in its exploration of the price of greatness and the hope that even in tragedy, there can be meaning. Arthur Lewin is not just a figure of history within the series. He is a mirror reflecting the hopes, fears, and contradictions of all who seek to shape their world. His legacy continues to influence the narrative of TBATE, making him a pillar of its mythos and a symbol of what it means to be truly human.